What's going on, guys? Dinkleboop here, and welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, we're back on Black Ops 6. Call of Fortnite Black Ops 6? Something like that. Look, man, I've seen a lot of comments, I've seen a lot of videos, honestly, saying the same thing, like, what is Call of Duty even about? Look, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I feel like we've lost the identity of what Call of Duty was supposed to be years ago, especially, you know, when they introduced the whip and the nay-nay into Call of Duty. I feel like maybe then we lost it, you know, we lost the identity. I don't know. But I've seen the same thing across a bunch of different YouTube channels and even people commenting on my videos, which, by the way, I want to say thank you guys so much for the support in the last video. Absolutely insane. We're chilling at like 500 views, and I don't know. For a small channel like me, I appreciate everything. So thank you guys. But like I said, even in my comments, I was saying, you know, pretty much the same thing. Like, what is Call of Duty even about? You know, and more or less, it's Fortnite. It's Fortnite. You know, it's just a fuck fest of a bunch of different things that adults are supposed to find funny. But you know, a game made for adults is more or less targeted to kids. But it's a video game, okay? So, my aim is no bueno. Part of me doesn't really care too much because I do like to see the weird things come to the game because it does kind of make it a little bit more lively. Gives you things to do, adds some comedic effect behind it. But I do agree that, like, you know, it being a Call of Duty, I don't know, I can't really say it's a war game because for me, I've always played multiplayer. I mean, don't get me wrong, I went through the campaigns and explored the campaigns, but, you know, the multiplayer is supposed to be an arcadey experience, I guess. You know, you die, you respawn, you die, you do it again. Like, it's kind of just the same thing over and over again, like an arcade game. It would be cool if they did stick to more or less a theme of, like, actual fucking warfare, I guess. But at the same time, like I said, it does give the game a little bit more life. I mean, like the older Call of Duties, like Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, like the originals. Well, I mean, even the old Black Ops, except for 3. But more or less, you're running around as a soldier in full gear. You know, you got a damn breastplate on, you got belts, this, that, the third, and you're not running around as Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. You know what I mean? So, like, I get why some people are saying, you know, COD has lost its identity, it being a war game. The game is kind of just... I really don't know the right word for it. The game is a fucking shit show of anything and everything that they feel may or not, like, fit, may or may not grab attention. And regardless if it's good attention or bad attention, the Beavis and Butthead event, for example, got the game attention. Not everybody was like, oh my god, Beavis and Butthead is in Call of Duty, but most people were saying something about that, you know? It's a marketing tactic, I'm gonna assume. I mean, I'm not a businessman, but I feel like more or less it's, you know, of course, to grab attention, add something else to the game, regardless if everybody is with it or not, and it gives players something to talk about. But like I said, for me, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. The game doesn't play any different. Now, the one thing I don't like that they added was, like, the COD Tunes playlist, like with the shell shading shit. I don't like it because it's really hard to see, and I mean really hard to see. It's all really blurry, and I don't play on 1440p or 4K or anything like that. I still play on 1080p, so it does make it very hard to play the game, or at least enjoy it. They're not terrible. I've played on worse maps, but... Really? Douchebag? I was in the middle of shooting at your friend. I think he went back. Oh! Why did his skin change? Alright. I'm not gonna let that tilt me over the edge. I'm not gonna let it. Yeah, like I was saying, the whole idea of, like, what the fuck is Call of Duty even anyway? I feel like Call of Duty lost its identity years ago. At this point, it is kind of what it is. But it does, like I said, it gives the game something to laugh about. Shit like that. It doesn't change the game itself, kind of. Like the COD Tunes map, really hard to see. So I've just kind of chosen to stay over here on, like, Fringe and stuff. Fringe is kind of boring though. But I feel like for a map that they've made primarily for, like, wall running and boost jumps, it actually kind of translates really well over. Really wasn't sure how this map was gonna flow on this game. We were getting our asses handed to us because I'm not playing OBJ at all, and that's why. Alright, here we are. We're in the game. Kind of late, but it is what it is. I can't sit here and say that I haven't been having fun. I've been on and off, you know, all weekend. Yesterday was 4th of July, which was, you know, a pretty self-explanatory day. You just chill, blow shit up, eat food. I didn't do too much. Went over to the, you know, went and seen some family and stuff like that, but let me know what you guys did in the comment section below. You gotta shoot off any fireworks, eat any food. I know I demolished a fucking burger and a hot dog. Oh yeah, I'm a fat ass. But I believe the double XP is gonna go on for a couple of days. I don't think it's just the weekend. I'm pretty sure it started, well, it started yesterday, so Well, it started Thursday, so it was like 5 days of double XP, so it's pretty dope. So like I said, I've kind of been milking it a wee bit. I was able to unlock the FFAR, and I've completely maxed it out. I honestly should be using it. That would give me a title for the video. So yes, the FFAR, I have maxed it out. Like I said, I was abusing.
It wouldn't rain and I'd be kicking your...
I was totally acting in self-defense.
Like I said, I unlocked the FFAR, and I used it until it was completely fucking maxed. This thing is kind of fucking nasty, I can't even lie. Little no recoil with the build I got going on. And I do use gunfighter on everything. I know I'm a complete bitch because I don't use 5 attachments like everybody else, but case my ass, I don't care. I feel like none of the other... Fuck, man, I'm trying to demonstrate how good the goddamn gun is. Piss off. I don't really use any of the other perks, so I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna just use gunfighter on everything. I was scratching my fucking eye. Leave me alone. Blech. I do think I could make some revisions to it. Like I said, ever since I got the FFAR, unlocked it, maxed it out, and didn't really stop using it for a minute. Oh my god, that is so pathetic. Shot at the wrong fucking guy. My fault. Like I said, the FFAR kind of puts some belt to ass when you're not, you know, complete shit at the game like I am. Like I said, I do think I can make some revisions to it, and it'll probably work a little bit better, but I think I'm going to make the upgrade. I don't know when, but I think I'm going to try and make the upgrade to a 1440p monitor, just because I've seen the difference in 1440p and 1080p, and I don't think it should be as massive as it is. Oh, I'm dead. I don't think it should be as big of a difference as it is, but it's a pretty big difference. So I may end up doing that at some point. I do feel like I'm a little late to the party though. By the time I upgrade to 1440p, 8K is going to be the standard resolution, and I'm going to be so far behind. God damn it, teammate, I was supposed to get that. Oh, you seen the way he just fucking dove in through the fucking door frame? Absolute legend. He is a war general, I knew it. But yeah, I changed the camera angle because I wasn't really fucking with it right there in my face. I'm so used to turning my head that I still do it, even though like my camera sat in front of my face for a few months now. I don't know. I gotta have it on the side because my side profile seems to be better than the front, you know. So I don't know. And it's also the way I've always recorded and edited my videos. I feel like it's harder for me at least to position my webcam when I'm like, my webcam's gonna sit in the top right corner because of the way my camera angle is. I look this way, so if I have my camera sitting anywhere else on the screen, like, oh my god, I wish I could explain it. It would just look right. It would look like I'm not looking at the screen, you know, and it would put off brains and stuff like that. I don't know. Just for example, I'm facing the left, so if I put the camera in the left, it'll look like I'm looking off screen. And like I said, I just feel like that's off-putting to like brains when it comes to my videos. I try to make them as good as I can for, you know, my expertise and of course, you know, the equipment that I have. I got jumped. Leave me alone. As long as it's entertaining to you guys, and you guys don't think it's complete butt shit, then I'll take it. There he is. My boy Butthead. Oh! They're spawning right in front of me. I'm gonna act like it's not a problem, but it is. But I'm also trying a new way of recording my videos because I don't use a cam link or anything like that to record my camera. And then originally the way I used to record my videos is I'm getting shot at from both directions. Leave me the fuck alone. I used to use like the Elgato streaming, well not streaming, but the Elgato capture device shit. I used to use a utility to record my gameplay, and then I would just use OBS to record my jump. I'm trash. It's fine. But for some reason Mac does not support the Elgato capture service shit. So I have to, like, I record my videos in like 4K essentially, and oh nice, we won. Record my videos in 4K essentially, and then I take two of the 1080p, you know, outputs, which are my camera and the game, and split them up in that 4K canvas, and then when I edit the videos, I will split it in half, essentially making them both 1080p clips and overlapping them the way I need it. You know, it's complicated, but it works. But yeah, I believe I'm about halfway through this battle pass. I really haven't done too much. Like, I haven't sat in... Oh my god, I'm 41% of the way through the battle pass. Not even halfway. Why is there 14 pages? Has there always been 14 pages? It all fucking looks wrong. I usually do this camera angle because it's not too cursed, but it's cursed today, so I give up on it. It's cursed. It's alright though. I didn't do shit today. I didn't do my hair or nothing. I usually at least hit it with a little bit of fucking pomade or something like that. Give it a little bit of texture because my hair is completely fucking straight. It's flat as a damn board. There is no design, no texture, no fucking life to it at all. I usually hit it with a little bit of fucking hairspray or something to just give it some texture. But like I said, quite frankly today I just wasn't feeling it.
Yo, that's like working.
I don't know what he said, but it probably was racist. And there goes the indigestion. I heard you run. I'm about to say I knew him. Like I knew he was sitting in there. But yeah, like I said, Fringe. I've spent most of my time over here on this map. One, I know the map. You know, I played a decent amount of Black Ops 3. And two, Eclipse kind of just sucks boo boo butt, and I'm just not feeling it. So there's something about the map and how bright it is that just hurts my eyeballs way too much, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But when I'm not playing COD, I've been playing a little bit of Night Rain. I've been playing, I can't even lie to you and say that I haven't been playing Grow a Fucking Garden on Roblox. Cause, yep, I've been growing a garden. Get off me with that shotgun. You are the worst player I've ever fucking met. How you fuck that shit up twice with the same fucking shotgun, I'll never understand. What you need to do is you need to put that shotgun back in the vault, right? Set your controller down, turn off your console, get off, and never turn it back on, ever. I've been playing a decent amount of different games because this shit's been boring. I'm thinking about starting the Terraria run soon. I'm not sure how soon, but soon. Master mode was pretty fucking hard, so I can only imagine how hard fucking legendary, you know, For the Worthy is gonna be. I'm not doing none of that bullshit like traps mode and all that other shit. No, fuck that. We'll just play on legendary difficulty, and then we'll play with Calamity, and then problem solved. All right? That game stresses me out. Yes, it does. Now, on the topic of Black Ops 7, because I really haven't mentioned it too much over here on my channel, I've seen a bunch of other people say stuff about it. You know, I mean, especially if they're a Call of Duty YouTuber, they're gonna mention it. Now, the most recent video I've seen on anything was by Merc Music. I mean, everybody knows Merc. And I didn't really sit and watch too much of it, but there's even more leaks for the game, which, I mean, like everything else, the first, you know, few months of the idea of like what it's gonna be comes out, we start getting a buttload of leaks, and you know, it's the same shit every year. But of course, a lot of people were thinking that we were going back to like jetpacks and stuff like that, like wall running, you know, kind of what we had in like BO3, Advanced Warfare, stuff like that. But from what I'm understanding was that wasn't supposed to be the case. It was supposed to be a, I guess, evolution of what Omni Movement is. In my case, I don't really know exactly what that means or what that, you know, entails for the future of the movement in the game. But what a lot of people were saying was, because there were more leaks that came out the other day, more screenshots and stuff like that of just like how the game's supposed to look, operators, stuff like that. And what we were noticing was they look like they have jetpacks on. And now, like I said, I'm quite late to this whole party, but yeah, most of them look like they have jetpacks, you know, especially like from like the BO3 era. From what I understand, the game's supposed to be years before BO3, because it's supposed to be right after BO2. But again, I don't know. Like I said, they look like they had jetpacks on, so a lot of people are kind of wondering like, okay, is it a mixture of jetpacks and Omni Movement? Like, because that would be kind of cool. Again, what does that mean? Like, am I gonna be able to fly around a fucking map like Superman? You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna be able to dolphin dive, jetpack boost, and fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, that would be awesome shit. If I could just Superman fly through a map and just gun everybody. Like, come on, tell me that doesn't sound cool as shit. But at the same time, if that happens to me, I'm deleting the game. Like I said, when it comes to the whole Black Ops 7 thing, I'm still so lost and confused. I have no idea what Black Ops 7 is even gonna be about. You know, I don't know if I want to do my research on it, because part of me kind of just wants to be surprised, because if I learn too much about the game early and then the game comes out and it's complete dog shit, I'm gonna hate myself. You know, I'm gonna wish I was surprised and had no idea what the game was gonna be. So I might do that, but I don't know. Black Ops 7, I'm hyped, don't get me wrong, because it's new Call of Duty. I always get hyped for the new Call of Duties, just because Call of Duty is, you know, one of my games. But the whole like pulling on my nostalgia thing, you know, because I feel like that's the only reason why they're even making it known that it sets place after Black Ops 2, because everybody, like, if you played Black Ops 2 and actually sat and played the game, you somewhat, like, you enjoyed it. Like, you have memories on it, you enjoyed the game, blah, 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 blah. And in the same place with, like, multiplayer and stuff, you know, they said that the comp scene was somewhat gonna be how it was in Black Ops 2. I wasn't really playing comp BO2, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, I feel like the whole, like, making that statement is redundant. Like, if you want to give us a good game, just give us a good game. Now, it is hard because we ask for shit, we get shit, and then they get shit on for giving us the shit because it's not the way we wanted it, or this, that, the fucking third. But there's not much you can do about it. You can't make everybody happy, which, I mean, yeah, sucks, but I don't know. I feel like there's just better ways of going about, like, hyping this game up don't pull on people's nostalgia because you've done that quite a few times in the last few years and we've been handed dog shit. I mean, I'm not falling for it, you know? Like, that's the easiest way to explain it. Easiest way to explain it is I'm just not, like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I'm hyped for the new game, but I'm hyped because it's a new Call of Duty. Not because it's Black Ops, not because it's gonna have shit from old games. Nothing like that. Purely because it's not Black Ops 6. I don't know too much. I'm excited for it. Like I said, just because it's a new COD, but who knows what we're gonna get this year and the year after. Because that's been my question. I want to know if we're gonna get Modern Warfare 4, Ghost 2, Advanced 2, fucking remaster. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I want to say I appreciate all love and support in the last few videos. The live streams have been going insane. I do need to live stream some more, so I apologize. But it's just been a lot going on with, you know, I've mentioned it a couple times. I'm not going to bring it up anymore. Yeah, again, like I said, I'm going to wrap up this video. If you guys did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe. Check all the socials in the description below. W is the first link. Let me tell y'all a little something about W. You missed it. I missed it. On the 4th of July, we had a 50% sale, bro. It was only for a couple hours. It's kind of a flash sale. But that's what I mean by there's always something going on. So, use my code. And check out fucking DUBBY, man. I'm telling you. Be the best thing you've ever done. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.